Welcome back, everyone, to the first episode of Uncle Wayno's World in 2024. And with the way that I'm going, could possibly be the last episode in 2024. It has been a while.
You need a good accountability partner, Wayno. That's what you need.
I do. I've had a lot going on, so yeah, I've been trying to do this for weeks, and then every time it sort of gets to the Saturday, Sunday, I just go, I can't be fucked. So, but it's just because I've been so busy. So hopefully things will settle down soon. We'll be able to do this more often. So yeah, thanks for coming on, guys. Good to see you all again, Bohdan. We haven't seen you for ages. We were just talking
since
before.
I was last on, yes.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Yeah, that's the only time people get to see me nowadays. That's why they've got to watch your channel, Wayno. They get to see my ugly mug as well. No, life's just busy again. Part-time, full-time dad, full-time worker. You know, there was a period there where my wife was out of action as well with her neck surgery that I was kind of teeing you all up about last time. So that went really well, really positive. But it's just hectic. And then you throw in all the holidays over the last couple of months. And time, so that went really well. Oh, oops. Someone turned their volume up. But yeah, no, I mean, I'd love to get back into doing content. It was something I really enjoyed, but it doesn't make money. And so realistically, it's the last thing on the list of things to do.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I'm a little bit the same. Like, it's just, I push it back. I just push it back, and like, it's the least important thing. It has to be, you know, like, because you got to make a living, don't you?
Yeah.
And then I have to factor in also that I'm super lazy. So I need all those extra hours to be super lazy.
I think there's enough lazy in this household as well, mate. Don't worry. We've watched a lot of Lego Masters this Christmas holidays. There's been a lot of just sitting there watching Lego Masters.
Sounds like a hoot. Christian, how you going?
Going all right. Not bad. Can't complain.
We haven't caught up for ages. I have not been anywhere.
What's going on?
Anywhere near. I actually did go to Berwick a couple of weeks ago, a few weeks ago now.
Yeah.
But I went down because Cal had to go down, and I had to help look after Reggie. So we went into the Beaky Salvos, and that was it.
Oh yeah.
And I literally walked around for 5 minutes and went, yeah, this place is way overpriced, and walked out.
It's still the same.
Absolute garbage. But yeah, you've been killing it. Like we were talking before the show and before Christian even came into the room about how we just don't find fuck all at op shops anymore. And then Christian's like, on his stories, he's like, I'm going to take the day off. Very next story. I found a Salvo, so I went in, and you find a 90s Sydney Swans Guernsey.
Yeah. Well, it's luck. I mean, you just got to get out there and have a bit of luck. I think that's pretty much it.
But I think that's you go a lot.
Yeah, I mean, now especially, I've been on break for the last few weeks. I've had that chance to go a lot. So I'm trying to make the most of it as I can right now. And I'm pretty lucky to be close to quite a few, as you know, this area, Wayno. And yeah, consistency, as Bohdan said, like, just keep going. You know, you're gonna have crap days, but you know, you might strike gold one of those days. And that's what
Yeah.
Totally. And we've got the Octopus here as well, the YouTube whore at the moment.
I'm just trying to color coordinate between these two. Like, I didn't know green shirt was a requirement coming on, Wayno. I'm just trying to color coordinate with Bohdan's beard, so that's pretty much why I'm here.
Well, I go on the traditional black. That's all I actually wear, I think.
Bring it down a bit.
Yeah. Octo, you're everywhere at the moment. YouTube.
I know. Yeah, so I've got nothing better to do with my existence because world domination's not going as well as I hoped. But yeah, that's it. There's not much else to say, mate. Like,
and you're rebranding the worst reselling podcast. Have you come up with the name yet?
We haven't yet. Like, I think, a lot of all the shit ones have been taken, so we'll probably work it out. But we're probably going to put it out to a community vote to see what people come back with, because I really have no idea. GG and Blake and I were talking about it today because we filmed next week's episode this morning, and we still have no idea. So it's probably roll with, just having a cross through it. So
you were mentioning on the podcast the other day, Aussie Flip Fiesta was one of the suggestions, and I said that's shit.
Yeah. No, I think you're right. Like I said, ChatGPT, he wasn't coming through. It was the best of a bad bunch, unfortunately.
Well, if anyone here's got some suggestions,
throw them in.
Rename the podcast, chuck them in the chat. We'll say hello to the chat as well. We should do that. Leanne is here. How you going? Bohdan and Christian are both here. Mamamus, is that Mamamus Collective?
That's
is that how you
Anthony.
say it?
Just Anthony.
We'll just go with Anthony. Tash, how you going? Bradley and Jazz, how you going? We've all missed you, Bohdan.
Shout out to their video this week. Always a big shout out to anyone who's willing to be open and honest and really give the truth behind it. And shout out to them both for the hard work and effort they've put in that business. It's phenomenal to get the little snippets, and we appreciate it. So good on you guys.
There's been a lot of talk over the last few months about coaching courses, things like that. Brad and Jazz are going to obviously do what they've just mentioned, the sort of tiered thing. It's super cheap for what you're going to get out of it. Like, out of all the people that are eBay sellers that do social media, you probably be hard pressed to find anyone better in Australia to give you advice. So for like $8 a month or something, and you get premium choice when it comes to asking questions. Yeah,
and just I think it supports them to do more content as well to give that support too. And that's the biggest thing, because their knowledge and their encouragement is so big. Like that's 100% why I'm gonna throw $10 a month. If I can't find $10 a month back here, then I'm really struggling. So it's that element of allowing the best people in the business here locally to continue to provide the best content.
So unlike you and me, Wayno. I'm just going to put it out there. Everyone needs to sign up for the $4.99 tier because I want to be the only one at the $7.99 one. So every time I'm a smart ass, they have to answer my question.
Well, it's $8 a month, and from what you're going to learn, you're going to make that back. So much more. So I would highly recommend it. I think it's priced perfectly for people. Get back to the chat. John, how you going? It's luck, knowledge, and actually being out. I think that's the issue, actually being out there. I don't go to shops anymore, and then I sit here and say that I don't find it.
May I probably hit 5 to 6 a day during work days, and there's not a lot out there on some of those days. Some days I'll walk away with a boot full, but other days you're just like, where has it gone?
Yeah, it's drying up pretty quick around here as well.
Brendan's over here. Nick,
on here.
Appreciate that, Bohdan. Chris collects things and he also sells things. Hi everyone, happy New Year. Haven't seen Bohdan for ages. We do get I do get the what's Bohdan up to question every now and then.
So that's from Bohdan, isn't it?
Hey,
Bohdan normally asks you that.
Yeah. It's also of a deep dive into people's eBay business and see if we can help out with some insights from what mistakes we've made so you don't make them too. Yeah, I mean, like you couldn't find a better value way to get advice. Really,
it's like their Excel spreadsheet that they offered up as well. I mean, I haven't used it because I created my own. That's my background a little bit. But it's the fact that they gave that out as a you pay what you choose amount so people could benefit, because that's always another one way. You hear from people of how do you keep track of inventory? How do you follow what you've bought, what you've sold, all that. So just the fact that they're so giving and generous, I think it's awesome. And
this is it. Like, just to cover the time we'll be dedicating to it, hopefully we some bigger and better things in the future. Yeah. Like they said, like Brad said in the video, they're not out trying to build an empire off people's money. They're just Yeah, it costs money to give you time. So, and those two guys are super busy. So, they can't really do it for free. I think they've done it, priced it perfectly. So, yeah. I haven't really got anything planned for tonight, as usual. So we're just going to talk shit. I'll update people because I was talking before the show about how like my last 3 videos on YouTube have just like been months apart, and they're all the same video of me just updating like where I've been and why I haven't been making videos. I've had a few people ask me I've had heaps of people ask me about moving. Excuse me, because I mentioned in my last video that I got told I was going to have to move out. I don't know what's happening with it anymore. Yeah, it's hard because I don't really want to say certain things, but yeah, I actually haven't been given notice yet. I've got no idea what's happening. I don't know if the owners are actually moving back in now or not. I got to ring and find out. Adam's moved out, so I'm here by myself now. I gave him notice because I was going to look for houses. But he was going to move anyway soon, so it didn't really matter. So yeah, I have got through so much shit in my house. I don't have a DVD death pile anymore. For the first time in years.
You've just got a clothing death pile instead now.
Yeah. No, I don't even have. I got rid of the clothing death pile. I do have a small tub, but that's just because I just let them build up for a bit. But yeah, DVD death pile was pretty much all TV series. That's why it was a death pile, because it's just time consuming and not worth a lot of money. I sold a whole bunch of it on Marketplace for $100. The person that bought it got a bargain. And yeah, I listed all the stuff that was sort of worth listing. And I cleaned out my kitchen the other day. My mum helped me, so shout out to my mum. I've lived here for 5.5 years, and I've had like 8 housemates. You should see how many fucking plates and bowls and shit that I had in the cupboards. It was unbelievable. I now have 3 plates and like 4 bowls. Everything. My bins are full. I got to take a whole heap of shit to the tip. It's just all cut, like all plates and kitchen stuff. But yeah, now I'm going to be able to store my stock in my kitchen because I got all these cupboards in the kitchen, and they're all empty.
Nice.
So that's a quick update on me, just so I don't have to make another video saying, "Oh, this is what I'm doing now." Who's the fella with the beard?
Yes.
This one.
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, can't offer pay what you want. YouTube, yeah. What do they want in a new podcast name? I guess
as long as it doesn't have Grumpy Granny in the title, I'm happy.
What about if the podcast doesn't have Grumpy Granny on it? Would you be happy?
I better say, give it a couple of years, and nature might take its course.
I should ask Christian about bingo. We were talking about it before the show. How's the bingo going? Who's winning?
Well, I don't know who's winning. I haven't really been. I mean, I've been looking at it on Instagram. People who send me stuff, but I was just saying before I checked at the what's it called, the questionnaire thingy, where I can see everyone who signs up. Sorry, I can't think right now. And I had 40 people, but I think there's a few doubles, so it's more like 35. There's about 35 people who signed up, which is a lot more than what I thought. I thought it was going to be like maybe 5 at most. So thank you, everyone. Shout out to those who have been playing along. There are already some people with amazing finds. You know, I'm talking about like Membo Loud shirt, Genie bottles, the Saddle Club plush toy. People have found these things already, but no one's got all 5 in a row. Thank God, because there's still a whole year left, pretty much. But it's going good. It hasn't slowed down yet. It's been 3 weeks now. We're going into our 3rd week, so thanks everyone who's played along. Keep going. There's prizes at the end, or whoever wins as well. So yeah,
awesome. People are loving it. Like, obviously, you keep seeing the stories on Instagram. People are absolutely loving it. It's good interaction.
It's not too late to join as well if anyone wants. And just to clear it up, you don't have to actually buy the item. Just you got to spot it or see it in an op shop. That's pretty much it. You don't have to buy it. I got that question a lot. It's all in the rules and stuff anyway.
Does it count if you see like an op shop's got a genie bottle with like $300 on it?
Yeah, that counts. As long as you see it, you show me you've seen it. That's it. I think most people that have seen a genie bottle have done that anyway.
Opto face reveal when?
I can show you right now if you like. You want to see it in the chat? Let me know in the chat.
Yep, go. It's kind of amazing that people don't know.
Let's put this out. If Brad and Jazz get 100 subscribers tonight, let's get a face reveal.
They got enough money. I need the subscribers. Brendan's beating me.
Or you could just go back and watch some of my old videos.
Yeah, that's right. That's not rocket science.
Housemates are 0 out of 10. Do not recommend. Sorry, everyone. I've only ever lived with everyone I've ever lived with except Brad. I was going to say, were you talking about Brad?
I think it should was.
Adam was awesome. Adam is my cousin, and he is legit the nicest guy you'll ever meet. Would give you the shirt off his back. Literally would give you the shirt off his back if you needed it. But yeah, he's moved in with his partner. I did have some pretty bad housemates along the way, though. Junkies. Like the problem with when you advertise, people show up and they seem fine and everything. You can't really vet them any further than that. And then it turns out they're fucking meth heads and shit. So I had some pretty bad ones, but I got rid of them. Adam was awesome. He was here for like 2.5 years. So, but yeah, I'm pretty happy to be by myself. I love being by myself. So he wasn't here that often anyway. But a granny, a puppet, and a real boy.
Yeah, what's better than what we've got at the moment? I think the leading suggestion was what the lying bitch in the wardrobe. I think that's the. Yeah, but I think that's the closest we've got. We'll go with Brad's so far. So.
I keep meaning to ask Christians, Savers counts as an op shop? Yeah, it would, wouldn't it?
It does. Yeah, any op shop or thrift store counts.
Yeah.
If you're winning, no.
I mean, Christian spends half of his life in Savers, so it'd be pretty hard not to get it.
Yeah, true that.
Love the bingo. Haven't got out a lot lately to op shops, at least. Yeah. The Ringo is really enjoyable to follow on. Pretty sure I saw all those things yesterday. Got up the prize. Speaking of giving shirts off backs, how much for your t-shirt, Bohdan?
Leave it on until after the show, Bohdan. Leave it on.
There's some other good vintage ones, similar style in my store. So go find Falls Creek Flips, follow the store, and you might find something nice.
The second best reseller podcast.
Well, considering I think we're the only one in Australia, I think we should go for that one.
Before we became resellers, we had a lady who crashed her car into a power pole and ran from the scene, whose car...
He's having a stroke again. You're right, Jazz. Go look on Brady. He looks like he's having a stroke again.
He got made at me for... What are you talking about?
Oh,
geez, it gets worse. Just write the whole thing out again, Brad. We're not going to go through the comments until you fix it up.
I can read it. So whose cat pissed on the back of the TV and another person who got mad at him for buying a record player.
What?
Okay.
That was gibberish. The cat pissed and mad at me.
It's not making it any worse, mate. Just go to bed.
It's just how angry it makes him. He can't even speak and talk properly.
Oh, that's Brad.
Mollusks and menopause.
No, I like that one actually. Yeah, that's good.
Blake's gonna have to become an ocean creature then, though.
That's right. He could be the ponderous pufferfish. He's about as competent as he is.
I like cats. I don't mind cats. I couldn't eat a whole one though.
No. bit stringy.
All right. I think I actually have a page. It's so entertaining, bro. It happens every day. All right, we've got our segment. Shits me to tears, or you can just tell a funny story if you haven't got a shits me to tears. Did you guys come up with one?
Yeah.
All right, who wants to go first? Because I actually forgot to think of one.
Well, I better go first before Wayno steals mine because I put it in the group chat. So I may have watched a video from a prominent YouTuber today that said, what was it, 15 seconds, but basically the gist of it was, buy everything you can and just comp it when you get home. So
yeah, it's pretpretty bad advice. I mean,
yeah, so don't do that. Do not do that. Do not do that. So.
Who was it?
It was the Aussie Flipper.
Okay, I haven't seen that.
I'm not sure why you would.
15 minutes and 38 seconds in. Oh, Blake told me about it. I had to watch it.
Just go and spend all your money and then comp the shit when you get home. You'll be all right.
Oh, that's pretty much what it is.
You won't lose anything.
That's competence right there.
Would not recommend buying everything you can and comp it. Yes.
I have a heap of shit you can buy off me if you want to just buy it and comp it later. Yeah. Happily sell it to you.
I had a guy bought a bulk lot of CDs off me just a few weeks ago. And he got, I had photos, you could see every single title in the photos. Bunch of 80s and 90s rock, just stuff that's not worth listing on eBay, but good stuff if you're into that. And he rocked up. He was like 22, 23. Got his little 22-year-old mustache going. And yeah, he's like, oh, yeah, I'll add them to my collection and stuff and that. He took them. It was a bargain, $100. I had like 5 people that wanted them. He got in first. About an hour later, I get a message and he goes, you sell on eBay, don't you? And I was like, yeah, why? And he goes, because this is all shit. It's not worth anything. And I'm like, what are you talking about? You told me it was for your collection. He's like, oh, there's a couple of things that have got value, like there's no bugger all in there. And I'm like, yeah, I know. I'm like, I said, put it back on Marketplace. You probably make a profit because I sold it to you cheap as, and I had heaps of people that wanted it. And he was like, no, it doesn't matter. And I'm like, seriously, man, like I've got a YouTube and an Instagram. I do lives where I try to help people. I do videos where I try to help people. I'm happy to offer you some advice if you want advice or whatever. But wasn't interested. Like, you could see the titles. It doesn't, you only have to comp a few until you start to realize none of them are worth anything.
Yeah, people just see the quantity, mate. That's all it is. Can you hear me now, Granny?
I can hear you.
Yeah, well, she's deaf. She probably has a hearing aid on.
Yeah, I could hear you the whole time. So yeah, definitely don't buy all the shit and then comp it when you get home.
And in saying that, like, don't be afraid to pull out your eBay app and scan stuff or tell people when you're buying it. Like, I don't get these people that are like, hide it, don't tell anyone what you do. Like, half the op shops I go into know what I do, and they're like, oh, there's some new DVDs down there you might be interested in, or I've got one that holds stuff for me. And she's like, here, I've got this stuff for you to look at and tell me if you like it or not. Like, if you be open and honest with people, you're going to come across better stuff. You'll get people that will support you, and then your friends and family will get on board as well, rather than this whole like, oh, I'm a collector. And like your mate there, Wayno, that, you know, if he had just told you he's a reseller, you would have told him there's no value in it. Just pass on it, buddy.
I would have 100%. If he told me he was a reseller, I just would have said, don't worry about it, mate. I got 4 other people that actually just want them. I
would have just told him to buy them and comp when he got home.
Yeah. But going back to that, like, you know, people think I just know everything about DVDs. Like, if I bought every DVD that I comped, like, I would lose so much money because there's tons that I comp and think, oh, that might be worth something, and it's not. Like, you just can't do it. Like,
half of Sabres anyway. If you go down to the corner, you see all these resellers on their phones scanning, and they got the trolley and they're sitting on like the shoe area chairs and just like scanning everything. Yeah, it's usually like the older people. That's what I've noticed. But I mean, there's no shame. Like, everyone does it.
Ozrali, how you going? The Gore Fiend must. What's that?
That's the 22-year-old moustache.
Yeah, you didn't pause at all.
Yeah, I didn't see me glitch out.
Yeah. When you do a barcode scan and it comes really well, but you get yeah. That's why I hate barcode scanning. Like I never do it.
Right.
Yeah, not the best.
I think you can do it. You can do it, and then if you find one, but then make sure straight away you go and search it as well.
Because I think in the States it's actually a requirement if it's got a UPC you have to put it in. That's why it works over there, but not so much over here.
Yeah. Brad kept going up. Oh my god, we got it. We got an extra discount at Savers, unheard of. We bought an entire trolley of magazines, asked for the money, which gave us $50 off, and we just stuck selling them. That's awesome.
Yep, that's what you want. Just be honest with people.
Yeah. What did you say about? Yeah, it's Leanne in the corner in the shoe section.
She's actually seized up, mate. She's not comping. She just seized up. She needs some more oil.
My best DVD lately was Lord of the Dance, Michael Flatley. Is that actually worth money? Because I would not have thought that would be worth money.
I found some of those like dance and also music, classical music DVDs are actually pretty good. Sold the 3 tenors for $40 overseas and stuff like that. So it's worth keeping an eye out on them if you're going into op shops because there's quite often a bank of them, etc., of just like music and that. So yeah, it's not bad one.
There's one, the main event, which I didn't know about, and I was hanging out with Christian and Patty one day, and Pat found it, and he showed me it, and I'm like, I would never have picked that up. It's worth like $100.
Same with the CD. The CD from the main event as well is worth good money.
I've never seen it since. I've looked. I looked at the DVDs, but I've never seen it. So 7-year-old me thought Michael Flatley was pretty all right. $30 for that. Wow, that's good to know. Barcode scan only good as a quick sort, but recomp the good ones. Yes, exactly. All right, who's next? Shoot me the tears or a funny. Yep.
It was actually yesterday and today. I was on Facebook Marketplace and I saw this. It's a vintage jacket, and it was a pretty good price, $50. And I messaged the guy, and he didn't have much of a description. It was just like vintage jacket and 2 photos. Anyway, I messaged him about it, and I said, would you go any lower by any chance? And he actually sent me a link to his eBay to an auction he was doing on eBay. And he had the jacket for $50 on Facebook, but on eBay it was an auction starting at $35 plus post. And I just messaged him. I was like, I'll give you $35 plus post now on Facebook. Save you the fees and all that. And he's like, oh, nah, I got 3 watches. There's 20 hours left. So I'll wait it out. But if you do want it, we can do 50 plus post now. And and I know it's probably worth triple of that anyway. But I said, don't worry about it. I'll think about it. And then I went on his eBay and I watched the auction, and he got no bids until like the last 2 minutes, which was today. So I bid it on $35, and I won the auction for $35 plus post. And but the funny thing was, he messaged me like 3 hours before he finished, and he's like, "Oh mate, there's 3 hours left, by the way, with 6 watches. Just letting you know, in case you still want it for 50, because I'm pretty sure it's going to sell for more. It's a collector's item." And yeah, I won the auction for 35 plus post. He's a loser in the end, and I mean, he should have just taken my offer. I found that pretty funny. And in the end, when I bought it and everything, because I was hoping he didn't cancel, which he didn't. Well, not yet, at least. I bought it, and I actually bought it under my wife's name because I don't want to link me with Facebook, just in case he cancels it. But I just thought it was pretty funny that he did that. Should have just taken my offer on Facebook Marketplace, no fees. He would have won in the end. But
back in the day, I don't know what it is now. I haven't done an auction for a long, long time, but you couldn't cancel an auction It was less than 12 hours to go. Is that still the case?
Yeah, 24 hours, I think. Yeah. It's
24
not, it's not the
But
same.
after auctions end now, people quite often, if they don't get the price they want, they'll cancel.
Yeah,
Just
That's
That's
right.
what,
take the hit.
that's what I thought I was going to do, but not yet.
Yeah.
Well, he lost out, didn't he?
He did.
Pardon?
But that comes with experience as well. I mean, you can understand someone thinking they've got something good.
Yeah.
I think we've all done that a little bit of thinking we've got something that's worth more than it is, or spent up for something we thought was going to sell well. So hopefully he learns from it. If nothing else, I hope he learns from it.
I think he could have got more, but like his description on eBay was like vintage old jacket, and he had two photos. Didn't have the size or anything, but like I've sold a very similar jacket to this, pretty much the same one, and I know what I can get for it. So I think I was pretty lucky that no one else saw that. No one could find it on eBay. Probably there was no keywords at all. So use your keywords if you want to sell something.
100%. Mine's a bit in the same vein. Something that shits me is, especially back when I was on Depop quite regularly, and I still see it on eBay, it's people who list stuff as vintage when it's clearly like from Cotton On or shit like that. It's like, how are you saying that this is vintage, or like stuff that's got like printed on labels on the neck tag rather than like a fabric tag or even a paper tag? It's like, it's very easy to tell that that's not vintage, and it just shits me because people say that like it's worth more because it's vintage, and it's like, that is not vintage. You can say vintage styled or shit like that, but yeah, people that are like, this is vintage.
Yeah, Culture Kings. If you go on Culture King's website, they actually have like vintage T-shirt, blah blah blah, advertised. Like they don't say it's a remake or anything, and people are just dumb enough to believe that. Well, not dumb.
Well, look at Superdry. Vintage Superdry. It's the same thing, like the exact same thing as Bohdan was saying. That I've seen it all the places. Yeah. Oh, this is vintage. Oh, why is that? Because it's written on the label. Do you really think they'd write it on the label if it was vintage?
Well, NRL did it with their heritage collection for like the old jerseys and stuff. They were made 5 years ago. Their heritage collection, you can still buy them, but people think that they're these like
they go for good money,
expensive
though.
things. Some of them do.
I paid $5 for one the other day. I think it was a St. George one actually, and it went for about $80 like next day, which is fine.
Yeah,
came back,
which is cool. Whereas I saw a North Sydney Bears one the other day for $60 in a Vinnie's, and there's no way I'm paying that when they sell for $60.
That's right.
Or in AFL, they got the First 18 brand, and I've seen so many op shops with a hoodie with First 18 vintage logo, $50, and it has like vintage, like.
Nah, throwback. Call it throwback, people.
20 years, Tash.
20, yep. 2004 this year, you can call it vintage now.
I still have a few vintage COVID rat tests if you want to buy them.
They're still worth their while, mate. Had friends that got COVID last week. Fuck, it's all over the shop.
I've only had it the once.
Same.
It helps that I don't go anywhere. So it's pretty hard to catch it when you don't see people. Did it with AFL 2 last year. I haven't got. I forgot to think of. I told all you guys, you gotta get it. Shits me to tears, and I didn't think of one. So I've been trying to think of one, but I've just got a random story to tell that's funny. It wasn't funny at the time, but it's kind of funny now. I scored a bunch of free Skylanders on Marketplace today. I'll be cutting up those lads soon.
Well, let me reach out to me because everyone else seems to, especially where is he this one?
Thank you.
I'll tell you which ones. I'll tell you which ones to list straight away because a lot of people waste their time.
So, this is just a random story. This happened to me in mid 2000s, maybe. Had a little Datsun Sunny. It was awesome, little car. It died, so I got shipped it off for $60 to the wreckers. Big mistake because they're worth like thousands of dollars now. But yeah, I had no car, so my parents just happened to get a new car, and they gave me their old car, which was this Nissan Skyline, and it had a real dodgy handbrake. It just basically didn't work. But you just put it in park and you're good to go. So I had it for about 3 weeks, and I lived on this street, and I've just Googled it so I can show you. I can bring it up. There we go. That's the house I lived in, where that car is. That's the driveway, pretty steep driveway. So I got this car. My ex's car wasn't working either. So I got up in the morning, dropped her off to work, come back home, drive up the top of the driveway, further than where that car is, and where it actually comes to a flat. It's just flat. Hop out the car, lock the door, go to walk up the stairs. As I'm about to walk up the stairs, I hear it. I just hear it just starting to move. I run back to the car and I put my hands on the back of it to try and hold it. And I'll get rid of that. So I'm like trying to hold it, and I lasted about 2 seconds. Like it's cars are pretty heavy. And it's just started rolling, and I'm like, fuck. I pulled the key out of my pocket. And I put it in the door, but the lock was dicky. Like you had to sort of pull the key out a little bit to be able to unlock it. So while the car started moving, that's pretty hard to do. I'll just share the screen again, actually. So you can see there's these rocks on the right side of the driveway. There used to be actually more, like it was built up more. So yeah, I couldn't get the door open, but the car picked up that much speed so quickly that if I had have got the door open, I was fucked. Like I would have been crushed like between the car and those rocks. So I'm lucky I didn't get the door open. But then this car just kept going, and like Traralgon's hilly. So my driveway's like that. So the driveway opposite me is also like that, but going down. So my car actually bounced on the road. It got that fast. It was going like 50, 60 by the time it hit the road. Bounced on the road into their driveway, down and straight into their shed. Pulled the door off the shed, and the door flipped straight up. It was a roller door, and it just came back down, and it stopped in their shed, and it looked like nothing. It just looked normal. And I'm standing in the middle of the road, just looking, and I'm like, how the fuck has no one seen this? Like, I thought no one's gonna believe me. Like, this is ridiculous. I rang me dad, and I'm like, you don't believe this. The car's rolled down, blah, blah, blah. I told him what happened. And he goes, how the fuck did that happen? And I go, maybe because you gave me a car with no handbrake. And he goes, yeah, that's a good point. He's like, you got to call the cops because it's property damage, because they weren't home, the neighbours. So I called the cops. They just pissed themselves laughing. And they helped me put their roller door back on the tracks. And then I sat, it was 9 o'clock in the morning. I sat at my front window the whole day waiting for them to come home so that I could run over and explain it to them. And they got home at 5 o'clock, or just after 5, and they finished work. And I'm like, oh, like she went to drive in her driveway, and I ran over and I'm like, oh, you might want to park your car out the front. My car's in your shed. And so she's parked out the front. She goes, she gets out of the car. She goes, I'll get a drink before we go and have a look. And so she comes out with a Bundy. And we go into the side door of her shed, and she's like, fuck. She's like, I didn't realize your car was in here. I thought you just hit the door and you drove off. And I'm like, no, that's my car. She had her shed decked out. She had all the walls were plastered, like, and painted and everything. Like, she had a bar in there with this collection of glasses and stuff. She had a big slate pool table. That slate pool table stopped the car. If that pool table wasn't there, the car would have went straight through the back of the shed and into the next house. So it was really lucky that pool table was there. And yeah, it was unbelievable. Like, and the car was in park. I left the car in park, but apparently they can slip out of park. I don't know.
Yeah, shit. Yeah.
So yeah, it was pretty unbelievable. Lucky I had insurance; it paid for it all. And yeah, about 2 hours later, her neighbor, who I'd never seen or even spoken to, came over and knocked on my door, and she's like, is everything all right? And I'm like, what happened? And I told her what happened. She's like, oh, I thought there was I heard a massive bang, and then I just saw the cops. Like, I thought there was like robbery or something. Like, yeah, now it's just a car rolling down the driveway into their driveway. So yeah, It was pretty crazy. I can't believe I just told that story on the internets. People are going to think I'm an idiot, but I didn't really do anything wrong. It was just crazy how, like, I would never have expected the car to pick that much speed up. Like, it was nuts how quick it went. Like, once it just sort of got past that little curve, it went nuts. Juddy's doing his live for his charity event tonight too. Hopefully, he doesn't get backlash going. No, we've already spoken about it. He's just announcing the winner, so people can go and watch the replay. It's all good. Oh, Sam won. Nice. It was pretty unlucky. So next time we do one of these shows, people have the choice to tell a funny story. It wasn't that funny, but
so in other words, we've got 6 months to prep a story.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, I've had so many weird things like that happen to me in my life. I could have a reality TV show around, and it'd be pretty funny. They wouldn't have to script it.
I was going to say Twigs or whatever you go by. Might be worth parting it out, mate. Like the Xbox One portal goes for shit tons of money by itself, so you'll probably get more money by parting out the portal, the game, and the characters separately.
Nice.
There you go. Wisdom has spoken.
Retirement home. We'll hear that a few times in years to come. Too funny. You'll never believe what happened when I was a young buck.
That's right.
That happened to a friend. Thank goodness he was in a new estate, and it just ended up in an empty lot. Like, their driveway is perfectly across from mine, and the car perfectly went straight. Like, even just a few inches either way, and it's like a few inches that way, and it's going straight into their house. So it was actually pretty lucky that it just ended up in the shed. I reckon I could give Uncle Wayno as well to run for his money with True. Yeah, well, you're 5 times older than me, Leanne. So
there you go, Leanne. You got yourself a new podcast partner. All right, I'm out. See you.
All right, what are we up to? Trivia?
If you're prepared.
I have got trivia.
Great.
It's my usual sort of wordplay trivia. It's all movies, because that's all I know. But you'll know them all. You will definitely know all these movies. I try to keep it so that they're really well known. Most of them are really well known. So if people are watching and they haven't seen this before, are you typing?
Oh, sorry. I'm just tapping. That's me. I'm just tapping. Just tapping.
I thought Octopus was typing.
I've had too many coffees in the last 2 hours. I woke up after an afternoon nap, and I'm just like, I need caffeine to wake up. So
I was just going to say, your keyboard's fucking loud.
No, it's not me. I'll tell you who's loud. John the Reseller. That keyboard from space.
So yeah, if people are watching and they haven't seen this before, if I say cab operator, the answer is taxi driver. So it's pretty easy.
And then the next answer is taxi driver, and then the next answer is taxi driver.
Yeah.
Flock of seagulls.
All right. So some of these are probably pretty easy, and some are hard. So the first one: highest firearm individualist. Highest firearm individualist. Very popular movie.
Top Gun Maverick?
Yes, that is correct, Christian.
I've never even seen it, so.
Taxi driver.
Jazzy got that one. Jazz just needs to come on this segment. She gets the more.
I know. He's good. I was spewing too, because like last time Jazz came on, she didn't come on very often. Last time she came on, we didn't do this. So next time, definitely. I might try and convince Nikki to come on with Jazz, because they both slay at this game. I might just do that. Octo, good advice, and I didn't even need a paid Discord.
I'll cut myself short.
There goes. Jazz, you are a star. All right, next one. Number 2. That's why I never came back. Sorry. Number 2, finished Captain James T. Finished Captain James T. It's from about 4 or 5 years ago. The war movie. Very popular.
Finished Captain James T. I'm just waiting to see the chat bring it up and hope that mine's quicker.
No idea.
Finish. Now, does that mean finish as in end or finish as in the country?
Finished as in end.
And tea, like hot drink tea?
No, I'll change it to finished Captain of the USS Enterprise.
So Picard.
No, older.
Shatner. What's his name?
William Shatner.
His last name. Yeah, what was his character's name? Hacksaw Ridge? No, it wouldn't be that.
Kirk, wasn't it? Dunkirk.
Yes.
Dunkirk.
We got there.
And Kirk,
Right.
yeah.
In Kirk.
I was thinking of Pirates of the Caribbean.
Not many Star Trek fans here. Jazzy got it, all capitals. And I don't agree. I think these are both on a par. I really do. Planet of the Apes.
It's probably the closest that I got.
Have to credit that to Jordan. Number 3, the non-essentials.
Inexpendables?
Yes, that is correct. The Expendables. You guys have all got one. That never happens.
Go back to sleep now. All right, wake me up when it's finished.
All right, next one. Very popular movie.
Flock of seagulls.
A celestial body is birthed.
A new star,
Is born.
A new star. A star is born, that's right.
Yeah,
You got it.
I don't know. You got it. One of you
But
did.
Yeah, I beat him.
That was an easy one. It was a good one. All right, 5. Number 5. This is a hard one to say. 365 days a servant.
365 a slave.
Yes. I don't know what Octo said.
Yeah, I was thinking of the slave. I got the screw. Yeah. I don't normally release my slaves. I don't know how it works. So.
Brutal movie. Brutal.
Home
Alone.
This one's pretty easy. Number 6, excellent naughty. Excellent naughty.
Something bad.
Excellent naughty.
Where are you, Jazz? Hurry up.
I'm gonna kick myself once this comes up.
It's a comedy
Excellent.
from the 2000s. A comedy from the 2000s, mid 2000s.
Excellent naughty.
Mum.
You forgot the apostrophe.
Good bad. It's written by Seth Rogen, and it's got Jonah Hill and Michael Cera in it.
Super bad.
There's so many of them.
Super bad.
Super bad.
I was going for knocked up. But
It's actually funny that Brad said knocked up because I was thinking about putting knocked up in. Whoops, I just clicked on something. Sorry. Number 7, Pace male siblings.
Step Brothers.
Yes. Super bad. I love Superbad. I think it's probably the last really good comedy, and that was like fucking 16 years ago. Number 8. This is an old school one. Attractive in Salmon.
Pretty in Pink.
Yes.
Yep.
Correct. Pretty in pink. Just waiting to see if anyone came in with the chat.
Oh, Brad.
Of course, Brad does.
Debbie does dance.
All right, 2 more. Number 9. K9 24 hours after lunch.
Dog day afternoon.
Yes.
Day afternoon.
Dog day afternoon. Old classic. Al Pacino.
Fish called
all right. This is a very recent movie, the last one. Dog ate my lunch. Dog lunch. Dog day out.
Baby's Day Out. Great movie.
This is a very recent movie. Condiment Scold. Condiment Scold. The monkey's back at you.
Mustard Burn?
No. But it's very close, believe it or not. Gazzy's got it. Saltburn.
Never heard of it.
Oh, I heard that's good. Haven't seen it.
It's salt hot.
Is salt a condiment though? I call bullshit.
Yeah.
I don't think salt's a condiment.
No.
I was thinking like a sauce or something.
Yeah, exactly.
I was thinking of ketchup burn.
It's not a condiment. It's a spice.
Someone, Leanne, go
Spice
into
trade.
Google.
Oh well, yeah, probably.
Is salt
Yes, it
a
came out.
condiment?
It came out just at the end of last year. Coincidentally, tomorrow night on the movie channel, we're actually doing our top 5 from 2023. So Saltburn might be in there. If people want to come and watch, it's heaps of fun, and we're probably going to have some arguments because I hate a lot of the movies that they like, and vice versa.
Yeah. I'll give you, Wayno. Science Direct says that salt and sugar are the most directly used condiments and the basic ingredients for most condiments in the world. So yes, it is a condiment.
What are you doing? You could have lied to him. He's not going to research it.
No.
You can't even run a Sunday show, let alone Google something.
I'll tell you what, I actually did look it up before because I wasn't 100% sure. So I knew it was right. So yeah, tomorrow night, movie channel is coming back first time in because we do Mondays and Christmas was Monday, New Year's Day was Monday. Last Monday we couldn't be fucked. So it's been 4 weeks. So yeah, it's going to be fun as I can't wait to catch up with the boys and talk shit. So yeah, if you're interested in movies at all, come over. Check it out. These 3 boys all have socials and YouTube, even though Bohdan's is more dormant than mine.
Very dormant.
So all their links are in the description. So if you're not already following them, go and give them a follow on Instagram and YouTube because they're all awesome guys and putting out heaps of good content. Hit the like button. Thank you. Thanks, guys, for coming on. It was good. Good to be back.
Thank you. Yeah.
Hopefully we'll do this again next week or next
in July, maybe June. Hopefully next week. Yeah.
The Winter Solace. We're booking the Winter Solace right now.
I'm going to try and
I'll whip you up on Saturday. Wayno, I'll be like, "Who's on this week?"
Yeah. I am gonna try and do it a bit more often now, but I did say that last time as well. So take that with a grain of salt. So yeah, thanks
Grain
guys
of
for coming on. Thanks everyone for watching. We had a solid 30 in here the whole night, which is really good considering we haven't been around for ages. And yeah, we'll see you all hopefully next week.
Later, guys.
Bye. Bye.